Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. To the Board of Directors of Shura Islamic Council, to all the brothers of the Islam brothers and sisters, to the clerics, to the imams, to the leaders, to the scholars, to the Malaysian people who are here right here today, and to all distinguished guests. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I never like to use the podium because I feel there's a barricade between me and all of you guys. My name is Dr. Sheikh Muszaphar. I come from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and it is such a great honor for me to be invited by the Shura Islamic Council to share my experience with all of you, especially the Muslim generations. When I went to space, I wanted to come back and make my voice heard. I wanted to make changes to the world. I've always asked myself, what is the reason I am born to earth? There must be a purpose in life. I do not want to grow up, get married, have kids, and grow old just like any ordinary human being. I want to make my voice heard. I want to make changes to make this world a better place to live in. So that is the reason, I guess, that's the reason why I was chosen in the first place, and this is what I want to do, to go all over the world, try to share my experience with everyone else, trying to open up their mindset, trying to tell them to work together, be united, and achieve their dreams. I wanted to go to space since I was 10 years old. I remember looking up to the stars, looking up to the skies, wanting to know what is life out there. After 25 years, I have finally achieved my dream. This is a message I'm trying to reach out to everyone. This is a message I'm trying to reach out the younger kids, the younger generation, that dreams are possible. As long as you really, really work hard, focus hard, and inshallah, you will achieve your dream. I'm going to share you some of my experience, how I was chosen to become the first Malaysian astronaut. Astronauts are American, cosmonauts are Russian, taikonaut are Chinese, and angkasawan are Malaysian. So these are the words used for us Malaysian. And we started in the year 2003 when Malaysia bought 18 Sukhoi jets from the Russian, and in return, Russia gave us one free seat to go to space. Space program is very expensive for us. We, Malaysia, are a very small, tiny country. But our vision, our motion to go to space is trying to prove to the world, especially the Westerns, the Americans, that Malaysia, even though it's a small country, can compete with the rest of the world. I've gone out through all over Malaysia and have so many 5-year-olds who wants to go to space. I have so many children who are more interested in science and mathematics. So this is my objective. Just like Yuri Gagarin in 1961, the first man who went to space, inspired all the Russians, like Neil Armstrong in 1969, landed on the moon, inspired all the Americans. So this is the objective of our space program, to inspire, to change the mindset of every Malaysian, also to the Islamic brothers all over the world, hoping that by the year 2020, Malaysia will have its own space rocket, inshallah. We started in 2005, where we opened up to the public. The candidates has to be above 21, a pilot, or got to have a science background. So there was 11,425 candidates applied to become an astronaut. It was such a big impact. Everyone wants to go to space. Every kid's dream wants to go to space. And we have gone through many, many stages. There was 9 stages together. And we started with our 3.5 kilometer under 20 minutes. Being an astronaut is just not about physical fitness. It's more about you have to become fit. Your eyesight must be 6x6. Your hearings must be very sharp. Your teeth, you can't even have feelings in your teeth. Your body, you can't even have any operation scars on your body. So they were looking for the very healthy human being. I was telling them, if you really want to look for that kind of human being, you have to start from birth, because there is no way you can find a perfect human being. Just because they have 11,425, it's easy for them to deselect one by one. We had to go through many trainings. We went into this centrifuge where they put us inside for up to 9 Gs. 9 Gs mean 9 times your body weight pressing on your chest, and you just can't breathe, just like putting an elephant on your chest. I remember when we finished our centrifuge of 9G, we have bleeding spots on our bodies because we were just straining and rupturing the capillaries on our body. There was a lady who undergone 9Gs and couldn't even walk for 5 days because sprained her ankle and so on. We have 10 psychiatrists, 10 psychologists observing us 24 hours. Things that we say, things that we do, everything is observed. We were sent to an island where we had a commando military training for 3 days with no sleep and no food for 3 days to see how strong our mental is. We had to go to kindergartens, 5-year-olds, give talks to 5-year-olds. They were observing us to see how we interact with the school children. We had to go to cancer patients at the hospital to see how passionate we are, how we interact with cancer patients and so on. So being an angkasawan, being an astronaut is not just about having a physical fitness. It's more to that. You got to have leadership qualities, but you have to work as a team at the same time. You have to become fearless. We were taught to become fearless and not to be afraid of anything. I remember I used to be afraid of heights, and I go bungee jumping to overcome my fear. I go bungee jumping every 3 months just to overcome my fear of height. And right now, I feel that I do not have fear. This is how I feel, yeah. So it's not just about physical fitness, it's about psychological, it's about mental, it's about qualities. I met many astronauts in NASA, America, and they are all very charismatic. They have this aura. When they speak to you, they're just very positive. They are always multitask, and they really work as a team. This is what I'm trying to do, to be like them and trying to motivate others. From 11,425, they selected us up to 4 people. And by then, they have a file, they stick on us. They know how we think, they know how we behave, and so on. And the 4 of us went to Russia for a month. And in Russia, we trained for another month before they select 2 of us, me and another military guy, to continue our training in Russia for a year. So I went in the Soyuz. The difference between Soyuz and shuttle is that the shuttle